Welcome to Looking at the Markets with David Modell. My message to you today is please do not buy stocks or options right before an earnings report. It's not worth it. You don't know which way it's going to go, and neither do I. So do whatever you want. Okay, you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to anybody in a video. All right, make your own decisions. But I don't make a habit out of buying a stock or an option right before earnings because you don't know which way it's going to go and you don't know how far it's going to go. There are people who claim they know, but you know what? I am humble enough to say, hey, I don't know. I don't know which way it's going to go. Instead, consider making your move after, and not right after, okay? Wait a few days, but make your move after earnings, especially if there's a bargain to be had. So let's look at, well, right now we're looking at Netflix, NFLX stock, which after hours on the 20th of January went down 20% after hours, as you can see. That's a huge move. Now, granted, you could say, well, if I had bought a put option or if I had just shorted the stock itself, yeah, you would have done great. Okay. But it also could have gone up a lot. The stock could have gone up 20% or more. Who knows? Who knew? And then if you had a put option or shorted the stock, it would have been bad news for you. So let's look at what actually happened. And was it even really so bad that the stock should have lost 1/5 of its value after hours? Netflix stock tumbles on weak subscriber growth. Really, how weak was it? For the fourth quarter, Netflix added 8.28 million net new subscribers. A bit shy, that means just slightly lower than the company's own forecast of 8.5 million. And about in line with the Wall Street consensus forecast of 8.3 million. It was right in line of what Wall Street thought it was going to be, and only slightly lower than what the company thought it was going to be. It wasn't even that bad. So I think, I don't know if I like this title here. I think it tumbled on weak guidance, not weak actual subscriber growth. Netflix's projections for the current first quarter were even lighter. It's projecting 2.5 million net adds versus what the analysts forecast, which was 5.7 million. So I think that's more of a factor probably, but who knows, right? The market's going to do what it's going to do. And you don't know what kind of guidance the CEO or president of the company is going to come out with. In this case, it's very weak or low guidance, and that might have been enough to cause this to happen. Give you another example, JP Morgan. You might recall on January 14, JP Morgan stock fell a lot, not 20%, but a lot for JP Morgan stock, which is usually less volatile than Netflix, for example. So 6% down after hours, that's a pretty big move. Or not necessarily after hours, but after the earnings announcement, that's a big move. And it's just based on lower guidance. And so even if the company's doing great, the CEO might come out and say next quarter we have low expectations, and next thing you know, the stock falls a lot. So again, if you had bought puts beforehand or if you had shorted the stock beforehand, you would have done well. But again, it could have gone up 6% or more. You just don't know. And so what can you do? Well, wait a few days and then don't even buy the stock necessarily after a few days. You just revisit it, look at it again, and then consider it. So for example, with JP Morgan stock, all right, and this is all about the 3 trading day waiting rule that I talk about a lot, and I have videos on that. Look how big this fall is. Don't just look at the red candle, look at the gap down also. This is 1 day from here all the way down to here. Look how long that is. What often happens is the next day you get another fall in the stock, but it's a little bit less, and here it is, see? So you had a big drop and then like a medium drop the next day, and then oftentimes a smaller drop the next day, and then oftentimes a smaller drop the next day after that. This is like a textbook example. And so what I like to do is, if it's a good company, and I believe JP Morgan and Netflix are huge companies that have a tendency to come back up eventually after they drop historically. And so I'm not telling you to buy them, make your own decisions, but When I start to see the drops slowing down, the selling pressure slowing down, I'd like to see, for example, JP Morgan start to go sideways and even curl up a little bit. If I can get 3 good days, 3 flat or green candles in a row, then I would be favored to maybe consider looking at it, okay? That's the 3 trading day waiting rule. That's a really simplistic explanation. I have videos on that you can look at. Also notice it's coming down to a pretty strong support level here. All right, so that's looking pretty good, but I'm still going to wait on this one. But anyway, this isn't about JP Morgan stock in particular. This is about the fact that there's no way to predict how the company is going to guide or how the market's going to react to what the numbers are. The numbers are for the the earnings, the revenue, the profits, and the guidance. Those are the 3 main things that I look at first, and then I start to look at the details beyond that. So wait until after earnings and then apply the 3 trading day waiting rule if you like the company, and then start to maybe look at it again if the selling pressure slows down and stops. That's when I like to get in. All right. If you try to predict beforehand, it's like throwing darts at a dartboard, really. I mean, it's kind of random because you don't know what the CEO or president of the company is going to say. Even if you think you know what the numbers are going to be, you really don't. All right, so I hope I am saving you from a lot of problems in the long run with your stocks and options trading. If you want to thank me in the comments, here's a better way to thank me. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and give this a thumbs up because the algorithm likes that. And that helps get the word out as well. All right, so thanks a lot for watching and listening. I will talk to you again soon.